Yes, good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good midnight. Basta kahit anong oras sa inyo dyan habang pinapanood nyo na to. Thank you for joining me and thank you for spending a little bit of your time just to watch me here talk. Yes, hindi ko napapatagalin but in today's episode of Art of Life, we're gonna be talking about acceptance and resistance. Itong dalawang word na to, it connives with each other. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo na hindi rin tayo medyo aware dito sa pananaw na to sa buhay natin. We all get consumed with everyday life, with all the responsibilities, with all the obligations that we have to fulfill, diba, in order to achieve that certain goal within the day. You know, be it whether at work or your family, or you have this challenge that you are facing, any situations that keeps on arising, sometimes unexpectedly. Also, how we can improve our essence of being within the day. Minsan naiipon-ipon na yan yung mga nangyayari sa buhay natin, naiipon-ipon yan. Sometimes hindi tayo aware to the point we tip over and then just, all of a sudden we break down and, flare up or snap or whatever you want to call it. This realization of mine, acceptance and resistance, is also a very powerful thing that we should all practice in order to improve ourselves even more, di ba? Marami pa tayong pagkukwentuhan, pero I'll try to keep it as short as I can. With no further ado, let's get on with the topic. Okay, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating topic, which is acceptance and resistance, shoutouts sa Delish frozen meats. Meron tayong porterhouse steak, ribeye steak, tenderloin steak. Meron tayong mga sausages such as cheesy Hungarian sausage, original Hungarian sausage. Meron din po tayong beef patties na sobrang sarap. Nako, kung matitikman nyo lang, just try it. Just try it. I'm suggesting that you should try it kasi sobrang delish. So anyway, getting back to the topic, what is acceptance and resistance? First of all, I just want to talk about resistance. Doon muna tayo sa medyo negative side, resistance. What does resistance do? Ang trabaho ng resistance ay trabaho ng pride. Ang trabaho ng resistance ay trabaho ng ego. Pag halimbawa, mainit, tanghaling tapat, pinagpapawisan ka, ang usual instincts natin is to complain. Ang init, pawis na ako, nakakapagod. Kahit hindi mo sinasabi, nasa loobin mo nasa puso mo na, ang init, ayoko na dito, gusto ko na umalis. Nagpa-pile up yan Pag gutom ka na, ay, gutom na ako. Gusto ko na kumain, ano kaya masarap kainin? Nasakit na, kumekalang-klang na yung sikmura ka. Ala, ano ba yung kakainin ka? Di ba? Pag busog ka naman, sakit na tiyan ko, busog na ako, ayoko na kumain. Ang dami nating kontra sa mga nangyayari sa buhay natin That's where resistance comes in that we are not aware of. But it takes an effect, a drastic effect on one's perspective in life. Bakit pride, bakit ego ang sinabi ko kanina? It's because, pag naaapakan niyang dalawang gunggong na yan sa buhay natin, ayan, lumalabas na, nagre-reklamo na tayo. Kahit sa isip lang natin, sa puso natin, nagre-reklamo lang tayo. So, when it piles up, eventually, as we grow older, it will be a program that will stick to us for many, many years to come. And that will mold itself into our own personality. Yun yung magiging ugali rin ng isang tao kapag inayaan nilang mabilog sa buhay nila ang pagre-resist sa mga bagay-bagay. One form of resistance is not keeping yourself, in the present moment. May pinanood akong video sa YouTube about James Hetfield, Metallica's frontman. Before they do their show and before he goes up in front and on stage, sinasabi niya, he loves that feeling of being just in the zone. When you're in the zone, your creative juices would start flowing. You will be in ecstasy at that moment. Kahit hindi ka na mag-effort, mag-show or kumanta. I was blown away when I was watching his interview. He got really deep into his interview and explaining how he feels every time he's in front of a large audience and how he can play effortlessly. So that's actually one example of just being in a moment with no resistance. katulad nga sinabi ni James Hetfield, being consistently focused and in the zone of what you are actually doing will result in a happier and a more peaceful day for you. Kumbaga parang magaan lang, di ba? Ika nga sinasabi na nga ng mga tao, ang bigat naman ng araw na to, bakit ganun? Parang wala na nangyayari maganda, o parang puro na lang malas, puro ganyan. Kasi yun ang iniisip mo. Yun ang nagiging reality. It's a cycle. Whatever you think, you will feel. Whatever you feel, it will amplify your thoughts towards that. And once it gets amplified, the volume of your thoughts and emotions, they go up. So it's a vicious cycle of negativity running in you. And people could see that. People could feel that even if you don't speak to them, even if you don't talk. Just your presence alone in the room, when people look at you, they will feel that because you are emanating that. It's something that we are not aware of. It's something that we should be consciously working on in ourselves so that we can be aware all the time. And the present moment is where the peace is. It's where love is. It's where harmony is, It's where the synchronicities are. It's where the blessings flow through you. It's where the ideas flow through you. You can hear Papa God's voice speaking to you if you are just in the present moment. Kasi yung white noise na yan, it clouds your memory, it clouds your thinking, it clouds your emotions. It's hard and easy to practice this at the same time on a day-to-day basis. Kaya nga, sabi ko, once you keep on practicing, you get better at it, and eventually you'll become a master of it. It's just like a kid trying to learn how to ride a bike. He will fall down a couple of times and then he gets up. Eventually, he will ride the bike without him even think about riding the bike. He would just go. So ganun lang yun. All we need to do is practice. Because when we were growing up, that is how our perception was molded and distorted. And those perceptions of ours shaped our own reality to match whatever it is that the world has in store for us. Habang buhay pa tayo, we must do our job. We must do our work, our inward journey. Focus on learning the Word of God without any resistance. Diba? We have to train ourselves to consciously be aware of what's here in our hearts and what's running in our heads. So, moving on to acceptance naman, the more lighter side, the more positive side. I'm sure by now, nakuha nyo na yung point ko when it comes to, explaining resistance. Hindi mo tanggap yung mga nangyayari sa buhay mo. Hindi mo tanggap yung mga nangyayari sa paligid mo. Diba? Tanggap. That's the word, tanggap. Accept. That's why there's acceptance. So, in contrast to my examples, when you're at work and you're consciously aware what your state of being is or what your current mood is, ang dami mo pang paperwork, ang dami mo pa iniintindi sa bahay, hindi ka pa nakaka-uwi sa bahay, iniintindi, yun nga, in traffic and everything. So, if you're leaning your perception towards acceptance, ina-accept mo the way things are. The way everything is. The universe has molded this moment just for you, just for us, for your own personal life. If you resist all the blessings and all the wonderful things the universe has for you, and all the wonderful gifts God has in store for you, it only means that you are blocking it. You are blocking the blessings once you're resisting things the way they are. So accepting is just letting things flow. If you let things flow more freely, things become easier. Example, for me, during our tapings, I've learned how to, hindi ako siya nagmamaya, pero I just want to share this naman talaga with you guys. When it's, we're still grinding past 12 midnight, I see to it that I should first be consciously aware of what I'm feeling at that moment. Siyempre, tao lang tayo, nasistress na ako, pagod na ako, atat na ako umuwi at makausap yung mga anak ko at asawa ko, diba? Kating-kating na yung puwit kung pumunta sa bus at umuwi sa service na matapos na to. Pero, bakit ko piniling wag magreklamo? Kasi blessing to. most of us don't realize the blessings in front of us. We are so programmed to see all the things that are bad, all the things that are wrong, all the problematic circumstances that are around us, that we forget to see the blessings around us. This is how acceptance of everything, acceptance of what is, becomes so powerful in one's life. Because if you just accept things the way they are, it only means that you are accepting God's blessings towards you in your life. It's like choosing which river to kayak on. If you are resisting the waves and how the river flows, gusto mo nang matapos to dahil natatakot ka na. Nagsiset in yung fear kasi nagre-resist ka. You tend to tense up. So to the point na natatakot ka na, you kayak away. Lilihis ka sa rough waters, di ba? This is where your enthusiasm comes to play. If you're enthusiastic about life, you will learn how the river flows and how to ride that river without being stressed, because you already know where it leads. You already know how it turns. You can already read the waves. So there's no problem for you. You're just enjoying the ride. It's a rough ride. White waters yan. Kayaking ka. But you are still enjoying despite all the dangers that lurk. Yung mga pag sumemplang ka, may bato, di ba? Tama yung ulo mo. Pero you get my point. So if you just accept things the way they are, ika nga, go with the flow, things will be much more enjoyable. Things will be much more peaceful. You will enjoy the ride even more, and you will become more enthusiastically attached to that thing that you're doing at that moment. You would learn how to love that moment as it's happening in front of your very eyes. And it's so beautiful. No one can explain how beautiful that is unless you experience it for yourself. One bonus idea for that is, you should also know where the river will flow. Kung hindi natin alam ang patungo ng buhay natin, kung hindi natin alam ang gusto nating puntahan, kung hindi natin alam kung ano yung gusto nating marating, ano lang tayo, kalat lang yung ideas natin eh. Accepting things the way they are, it's a matter of also choosing the right path for you in your life and keeping that focus on it. You choose your path. The path that you've chosen might not be the path for you. You can always branch out. That's where footprints in the sand comes into play. Masyado tayong na-indulge sa worldly things, di ba? If we step up our success, sometimes it gets beyond us. Lumalaki nga ulo natin. We tend to be blind from, being grounded to the point that we are so high up there that we cannot see where we came from anymore. And that is a very, very dangerous place to be in. Accepting things the way they are is also a form of being grounded to what is. If you are grounded to the present moment and just accepting the way things are, the blessings will flow through you. All the ideas you should do for your life will flow through you. That's a beautiful thing. And you will see synchronicities happen. You will see opportunities popping, big, small. Diba? Sometimes it's just right in front of us. If we just accept things the way they are, we will accept everything the way they are. That's why acceptance of everything, acceptance of what is very important. We are all waiting for that breakthrough in our lives, diba? Our big break, our blessings, our abundant blessings that we've been forever praying for. But I came to realize this wonderful insight that I got was that we cannot wait for the blessings to come to us. The blessings and the abundance is just there, waiting for us. We must first do our duty as Christians, as human beings, using the power of choice, using our focus, and choosing to lean towards accepting everything in our lives. So that if God knows that we are ready to accept His abundance, that is the time abundance will flow through you, will flow towards you, towards your life, so that you can share all His blessings to everyone that you cherish, to everyone that you love, to everyone you want to help. And that's now that I think is our main purpose in life. So guys, let's just be, accepting of everything. Let us accept if it's hot or cold, if we're hungry or full, if accept whatever it is that's happening to your life. Kasi nothing that happens in your life happens without a purpose. Everything that happens in our lives, whether be it positive or negative, good or bad, whether we are up or down, everything that happens in your life happens for a purpose. Now, if we learn to broaden up our perspective in life and learn how to accept the way things are, we can see what those things that are happening in our lives, we can see those things and its purpose for our lives. All we need to do, sabi nga ni Papa God, relax. Diba? Relax lang. I got your back. I got you, son. I got you, daughter. Diba? Anak, akong bahala sa inyo. Relax ka lang. I'm not saying this just because we've reached that certain goal that we want to attain in our lives. No. I'm saying this because I want to share my steps towards my inner journey sa inyong lahat. We have nothing to lose. In fact, we have everything to gain. All we need to do is trust more kay Papa God. Trust more within ourselves. I think that's about it. Anyway, thank you for listening and tuning in, guys. I hope this gives value to each and every one of us and do the inner work. Just want to wish you all the best, guys. More blessings sa inyo. God bless you guys always. And of course, I love you all. Peace. Till next time.